No, the case is empty. But how do they know to search the library, let alone behind the shelves? They stole the crown right out of my own castle. How is this possible? You said Lord Bacaro was behind this. I think you better tell me what you know. If you go back far enough, most Bretons have a druid hiding somewhere in their bloodline, but so many records have been lost. How could he be certain? Regardless, why the ruse with the peace talks and the Ascendant Order? So Bacaro was behind it all. The attempts on the lives of the Alliance leaders, the death of the Archdruids, of Raval and my father. Wait, Druid Laurel! The staff, Laurel and Free, are in danger! Orlaith may have believed in a new age, but Bacaro is leading us toward the Green Scourge. King Cassarain's prophecy of the return of the Druid King, it predicts two possibilities. Either an era of peace and harmony, or a time of nature run amok. Go to Glimmertarn and make sure Laurel and the staff are safe. I'll gather what knights I can spare. See if Captain Siravain is willing to aid us once more. I have a feeling we'll need all the help we can get to stop Bacaro and his Ascendant Order. Siravain is a mercenary, but she and her Gilded Blade proved themselves trustworthy against the Dreadsails and the Firesong. Since then, we've been paying her to help with the relief efforts. We needed every ship we could hire. I won't know until I ask. And if she refuses, you'll still have House Mornard at your side in the battle to come. Now hurry, my friend. Go make sure the staff and Druid Laurel are safe.
Druidkin! Oh, thank Ifray you're here. Something terrible has happened. This way!
So many flowers.
Druidkin, if only you had gotten here sooner. But the river flows on, and day gives way to night. Druid Laurel will tell you what happened.
Druid Breg's got a system here. Don't mess.
Rot and damnation! Lord Bacaro, he betrayed us! Lord Bacaro and a contingent of steadfast knights arrived with their usual crates of supplies. He took me aside, warned me that the Ascendant Order was after the Druid King's regalia. He wanted to make sure the staff was still safe. Blight it all. But I did just what you'd expect. He's our ally, or I thought he was. I showed him that the staff was safe, and he grabbed it. Ordered his knights to hold us back. He has all three of the regalia, friend. All three. We tried to resist, but we were no match for his knights. Then Bacaro displayed the regalia, proclaimed himself the Druid King, and commanded Free to follow him. And they did. That's when Lady Arabelle arrived. Wait, Stefan, is he all right? As soon as I explained what happened, Lady Arabelle and her companions went after Bacaro. I told them we saw him leading Free toward Ifray's path. I stayed behind to tend to the wounded. But this smacks of the Green Scourge. I'll go with you. How should I know how that blighter thinks? Lady Arabelle told me that he's the Ascendant Lord, which now makes sense. As soon as he revealed his treachery, his knights threw off their cloaks and revealed themselves to be the Ascendant Order. I'm not sure. Other than Orlaith, no one else has ever attempted to claim the title. At least not to my knowledge. Is it enough to just possess the regalia? Is that why he needs Free? To legitimize his claim? I'm not sure. Still, this is bad. In every way. Everything I know tells me the Druid King can command nature. Wield it like a tool or a weapon. If the title is taken by force, the prophecy tells us it begins an age of destruction. The Green Scourge. It's from the dream of Cassarain, the prophecy of the Druid King. One choice, one will, one binding word shall bless or scourge all lands. Since those lines were carved into the Telling Stone, they've become the basis for our two possible futures. The blessing of the Green Reward, or the curse of the Green Scourge. One ushers in an age of harmony with nature. The other predicts a world under siege by an angry and vengeful wilderness. Two possibilities. One Druid King. The Druids have argued about that for generations. From what you found at Ivyheim, it's clear Cassarain believed the reward would come when the Circles reunited and selected a new king, while a usurper would summon the Scourge. A tyrant like Bacaro. How should I know how that blighter thinks? Lady Arabelle told me that he's the Ascendant Lord, which now...
We lost Bacaro in Ifre's path. Lady Arabelle is still out there.
Thank you, Nairon. The Druidkin and I will take it from here.
We tracked Lord Bacaro and his knights into Ifre's path, but lost their trail. Lady Arabelle is still out there searching.
Over there. That's one of Lady Arabelle's companions.
Five Claw! Oh, thank the moons! The others followed Lord Bacaro. Go and help them. Lady Arabelle is very brave. Barely recovered from nearly dying, and already chasing villains into a desolate and scary valley. Hurry, Five Claw. You must go help her. Zaji decided to wait out here for you, Five Claw. Yes, Zaji waited to direct you. It is easy to get lost in such places, yes? Lady Arabelle followed the Ascendant Lord. Should Zaji call him that now? Oh, thank you, Five Claw. Zaji will go back to the Druid village and wait for you there. Look for Casca. She is a great tracker. If she hasn't found Bacaro yet, she will shortly.
Let's keep going. I won't feel better until we find Free and figure out exactly what Bacaro is up to. They went this way. Look, that's the giant cat that accompanied Lady Arabelle.
Good to smell you, Five Claw. Rivanna thinks Bacaro came here for a purpose. He's not far ahead. Rivanna told me to wait here. She wanted to make sure that Druid Laurel or whoever came after us knew where to go. She doesn't know what the Ascendant Lord is up to exactly, but she's sure he came to this place for a reason. They headed west and followed Bacaro into Ifre's path. Bacaro left some knights behind to slow us down, but I took care of them. Did you happen to see Zaji on your way here? Now that you're here, I'll head back too. I could be more helpful at the Druid village than in a cramped cavern. You might not believe this, but sometimes my size can be a hindrance. Just make sure to bite Bacaro a few times for me.
The ruins on the western wall of the Hollow. That's got to be where everyone headed. There's a druid ahead.
Over here, my friend. Lady Arabelle followed them through that door. Lady Arabelle said you'd find us. Told me to wait here and point the way. She followed Bacaro, the Ascendant Lord, through that door over there. Go help her. I'm still not sure she's fully recovered from the effects of the poison. Just speculation, really. Ifray's Path is a sacred place, and such locations contain power if you know how to draw upon it. Bacaro is going to need all the power he can get if he wants to press his claim as the Druid King. The Stonelore Circle, at least, will never accept his claim, not unless forced to. Not to mention the Three Alliances. Bacaro is going to need more than the regalia and his small army of knights to accomplish his ultimate goal, to rule all of Tamriel. She's definitely on the mend, but she should be resting. Running after the so-called Ascendant Lord can be hazardous to her condition in a number of ways. Go after her, my friend. Keep her safe and deal with Bacaro before things get worse.
I visited Ifray's Path many times. This passage used to be covered in thick vines and thorns. Lord Bacaro must have cleared them away to reach that door. Let's go inside and see what he's after. All these plants were recently torn away. This door must have been hidden for ages. That's Lady Arabelle. What's she doing?
Careful, dears, and watch where you step. Now don't be alarmed, dear, but I happen to have stepped where I shouldn't have. I suppose I owe Druid Ravana an apology. The lingering effects of the poison do seem to have made me somewhat discombobulated. A pressure plate, I think. Some sort of trap put here who knows when, and by who knows who. That can wait, though. I followed Lord Bacaro in here. He met with a group of druids. Firesong, I think. He promised them vengeance against the Stonelore. The nature spirit? Yes, they were here. I couldn't quite tell if they were a prisoner or not. Bacaro did say he needed them to talk to Ifray's Path, whatever that means. You need to go after them, my dear. Oh, I agree. But that's not going to be done quickly. And as long as I remain in place, we are all perfectly safe. You go on ahead. Druid Laurel can stay here and help me disarm this insidious contraption.
Don't move, Lady Arabelle. Let me see what I can do.
Not a muscle, dear lady. Go, my friend. Find Bacaro and free.
I think I can disarm the trap, but it will take time. Go find Free, and stop whatever mad scheme Lord Bacaro is planning.
Someone approaches. Don't let them reach the ritual site! Ascendance Knights! Firesong allies! Witness
Bad. Do not do this.
Obey your king, Sower. The spirit here will awaken and do my bidding. The prophecy demands it. You would oppose me, my friend. Don't you see? I will bring peace to Tamriel. We shall start by punishing the Stonelore. Servant of Ifray, come forth! Obey your king. Destroy the Stone Law Circle and their allies. The reign of the Druid King begins here.
Come back
Kill
here,
the intruders.
Interesting. An old druidic summoning chamber. I want to examine these carvings.
Damn my clumsiness. If not for the fact that we were delayed by that trap, we could have been here to help you with that creature. Then maybe Lord Baccaro wouldn't have been able to slip away. I assume this was at least in part a test of sorts, to see if he could actually call forth the spirit and command it. Plus, he wanted to prove to his followers that he is worthy of the Druid King's regalia. Somewhere he can further strengthen and consolidate his power, especially since he knows we're onto him. Druid Laurel is examining the stone carvings. Perhaps they can tell us something. Take a look and talk to her, dear.
These carvings tell an interesting story. Take a look, my friend. Examine the carvings, and I'll tell you what I think they mean. This carving shows the Druid King binding a spirit into Mount Firesong. This carving depicts the spirit slumbering within the volcano. See the Druid King's regalia? This carving indicates a possible future. See how the spirit awakens and the volcano erupts? It's a warning.
I always say, when someone gives you a warning, it's best to take heed. I never ignore a warning, especially one written in stone. Talk to Druid Laurel and see if she can tell us more about these carvings.
Ancient druids called upon the spirits of the green at their own peril. Only the Druid King was ever able to do so safely. It's why we abandoned the practice long ago. This is where they did it. At least where some of them did it. Like so much of the ancient knowledge that remains, these carvings are open to interpretation. Obviously, we can see the spirits of the green, forces of nature in the bosom of Ifray. Then we see a spirit slumbering beneath Mount Firesong. Very much so. And the spirit must be extremely powerful due to how sacred Mount Firesong is. I think that's what the final carving tells us. Let the sleeping spirit lie. For generations, that's been one of the Firesong's primary purposes. I think Baccaro plans to call forth the spirit of Mount Firesong with the Druid King's regalia. With a spirit of that magnitude, the armies of Tamriel won't stand a chance. Go to Vastir, and tell Stefan to prepare his ships. We must go to Ifalon.
If we're going to stop Baccaro, we're going to need help. Go to Castle Mornard and rally Count Stefan's knights. I'll make sure the rest of us are ready. A volcano spirit? I don't like the sound of that. Go rouse Count Stefan and we'll meet you at the Vastir docks. With Ascendant Knights and Firesong allies aiding Lord Baccaro, we'll need House Mornard's forces if we're going to storm Ifalon.
thought our troubles were over after all the death and destruction, but something worse is coming, Feda.
I feel it too. Like a dark storm on...
I hope you'll reconsider. This threat endangers us all.
The Gilded Blades aren't mercenaries to call on to clean up your mess, Count Stefan. Can't you see that I'm eating? It isn't often I get to feast on fresh food. Go talk to the Lordling. He wants to speak to you.
My knights are ready, but Captain Siravane isn't convinced she wants to join us in this particular fight. But never mind that. Is Druid Laurel all right? Is the Sacred Staff safe? Damn it all to oblivion. At least Laurel is all right. I've assembled what knights I can spare, but we could really use Siravane and the Gilded Blades. Maybe you can convince her to help. I'd appreciate it. I've been banging my head against that particular wall for hours now. Remind her that if Lord Bacaro takes control of the archipelago, any safe ports she has on Galen will evaporate like a drop of water in a hot skillet.
I can never get enough of the food you landbound eat. It's so delicious. The Lordling sent you over to convince me to help, didn't he? My answer is the same. Why should I care about your political drama? And that concerns me how, exactly? If druids want a king or not, that's their business, not mine. Sea Lord Nalos was my problem, and I took care of it. What happens on Galen next doesn't matter to me. Just because our purposes aligned once doesn't mean we'll sail side by side forever, mercenary. We both wanted Nalos dead, and now he is. That was a win for both of us. I'd need a more compelling reason to risk my crew again. That is certainly something I hadn't considered. I do like the safe haven that the Lordling has provided us with. And what was that about allies? Bacaro is working with the Firesong? All right. You convinced me. My ship is yours, for now.
I knew you'd come around, Siravane. Let's meet at the Vastir docks. Well done, friend. With Captain Siravane and the Mad Maiden beside us, we shouldn't have too much trouble getting to Iphelon. We'll meet up on the Vastir docks and make our final plans there.
It's good to see you, dear. And is that Count Stefan? Glad House Mornard could join us, Your Excellency. Captain Zaji's ship is ready to sail. Next stop, Iphelon.
House Mornard and its knights are with you. We'll follow in Captain Siravane's vessel.
You'd rather sail with that puny cat on a sorry excuse for a fishing scow. Suit yourself. If it actually survives the voyage, we'll see you on Iphelon.
I'm worried about Free, and what Lord Bacaro may be doing to them. The sooner we can get to Iphelon, the better as far as I'm concerned.
My particular skills lean more toward healing than battle, but I'll do whatever I can to help you stop Lord Bacaro.
Well, Here we are, right in the middle of a story that might be too outrageous for even Investigator Vale to tackle. Luckily, we have you. I still can't truly believe it. Bacaro, the Ascendant Lord. Let's get aboard the skiff and go, dear.
Druid Laurel said something about fighting an angry volcano spirit. She was joking, yes? Please, Walker, tell Zaji that we will not be sailing the Pounce too close to the volcano. This one would rather not see his beloved ship go up in flames.
I don't know a lot about druids and spirits, but I do know how to fight. I'll be with you every step of the way, Five Claw. You can count on me.
I once made a noble cry at the sight of my pottery. Kind fellow. Bought out my entire stand that day.
This time we're going to put an end to the Ascendant Order and that traitor Lord Bacaro. Ascendant Lord is just another name for dinner, yes?
This is a nice beach, yes? Maybe Zaji should wait here. Keep the path back to the Pounce open. This one's fur is quite flammable, and there is much too much lava around for Zaji's taste.
Come, dear. We have plans to make.
All my seasons as a druid, and this is my first visit to Ifalon. I just wish it was under better circumstances.
Even though the Firesong surrendered after Archdruid Orlaith's death, it's evident that Lord Bacaro still has the support of some of the Circle's more ardent members, not to mention his own Ascendant Knights. We need to proceed cautiously, friend.
Laurel, Ravana, and I talked during the voyage. If Lord Bacaro truly means to awaken the spirit of the volcano, he's going to need to do it from inside Mount Firesong. And since he knows we're coming, he'll throw everything he has in our way. Sleight of hand, my dear. Count Stefan and Captain Sirivane landed farther up the beach. While our allies draw attention at the main entrance, you and I will follow in their wake and find another way into the mountain. Laurel wasn't sure, but she thinks she remembers a cave to the right of the main entrance. Let's search around. If nothing else presents itself, we'll see where that cave leads.
The Ascendant Order's forces pulled back to the main entrance into the mountain. Sirivane and her pirates went after them. We arrived before your ship and took the lead. Lady Arabelle wanted us to clear a path, and we've done what we can. We ran into a large contingent of Ascendant Knights. Sirivane and the Gilded Blades chased them back to the main entrance.
These Ascendant Order barnacles are cowards. They flee at the first sign of a worthy opponent.
I assumed these Ascendant Order Knights were going to provide a challenge, but they ran the moment we began to cut them down. They did mention the Ascendant Lord, though. He's definitely inside the mountain.
The spot Laurel mentioned should be just ahead. The cave Laurel suggested. It must be behind those vines. A vine-covered cave can only mean one thing, dear. That's our way into the mountain. This tunnel cuts deep into the mountain. Hopefully, it will lead us to Lord Baccaro. Firesong druids, proceed with caution, dear.
The Druid King calls forth the spirit of the volcano. Soon, our enemies will perish in lava and flame.
Baccaro has started. We have to hurry. Becoming more active. The lava is rising. Look over there. That's Druid Laurel's nature spirit. We have to help them.
Don't stop, my brothers and sisters! The spirit of the volcano stirs!
While I sing.
The lava is rising. We don't have much time.
No, friends! Step into the wind vortex. Baccaro wields the regalia. He commands the spirit to awaken, and now the volcano awakens too.
Lord Baccaro truly is insane. Stay with Free, my friend. I need to warn the others.
The false... Lord Baccaro wields the Druid King's regalia with such force, I could not resist his commands. He forced me to awaken the mountain spirit, but he is not the true Druid King. Not until the three circles become one and proclaim him as such. When Mount Firesong erupts, many lives will be lost. Lava will consume the archipelago. Ancient pacts broken. Ancient promises ignored. The false king must pay. Lord Baccaro wields the Druid King.
Not by you. Not by the nature spirit. Look how the very mountain obeys me. Spirit of the volcano, send your avatars to destroy my enemies!
The spirit created an avatar.
Stop them!
Defend yourself, my old friend.
Do what you were summoned to do! An end to this stupid war, and something better than the Ruby Throne!
The spirit is too powerful. Once unleashed, it cannot be controlled.
Spirit of Mount Firesong, lend me your strength! Give me the power to destroy my enemies! The Ascendant Lord, the Druid King. Soon, the alliances will be nothing but cinders and ash!
He joined with the spirit. Now the volcano will follow its nature. It will explode. Over here, I will summon another wind vortex. Step into the wind before the lava consumes us. The spirit has been restrained for too many seasons. It wants to unleash the full power of the volcano. The false king is farther up the mountain. I will help in any way I can. King is farther up the mountain. I will help in any way I can. The false king awakened and unleashed the spirit of the mountain. He draws upon its power. Soon, nothing will be able to stop the eruption. We must hurry.
No more Ruby Throne. The era of the Ivy Throne begins now. Face the fury of Mount Firesong.
Destroy the shards and I will absorb their essence. The wind vortex is ready!
king!
You are not worthy of the regalia, false king!
The spirit of Mount Firesong fled when the false king died. The volcano has no spirit to calm it now. The false king is gone, but so is the spirit of the mountain. Without a spirit to calm it, Mount Firesong's rage will continue unchecked. Perhaps, if the balance is restored, a new spirit must fill the void in Mount Firesong's heart. I will be that spirit. It means I will calm the volcano before it destroys the archipelago. Attempt to contain most of the damage to Iphelon. But I will need your help, friend of Laurel. Friend of Free. Place the regalia to form a circle around me. Then command me to bind myself to the mountain. You are not the Druid King, but with the regalia and my willingness, the binding should hold. Then I will do what I can to quiet the volcano. I will remain, but I will be different. As the seed becomes a tree, I shall become the spirit of the mountain, and I will slumber, as will Mount Firesong. Now take the crown and the gauntlet and place them around me. Quickly, friend. Place the gauntlet and crown to form a ritual circle. Now Free is the spirit of Mount Firesong. Now the volcano will be still. Goodbye, friend. And thank you.
Where did you come from, Five Claw? You made Zachi's heart skip a beat, yes?
The volcano erupted, but except for the top of the mountain, Iphelon is intact. I very much want to hear what happened, dear.
Tell Lady Arabelle your story first, my friend. I can wait to hear the details.
I'm glad to see you, friend. But where is Free? No, talk to Lady Arabelle. Tell her what happened, and the rest of us will listen in.
Did the mountain switch you out? Is that how you got back here? Is that even possible? Ah, if only Zaji knew more about the workings of volcanoes.
I was certain we were all doomed when the volcano exploded, but no, we're all still alive. I suppose we have you to thank for that, Five Claw.
I got everyone back to the ship before the volcano fully erupted. But even so, I'm surprised we're all still alive. Care to enlighten us about what happened inside Mount Firesong, dear? Free was able to contain all that power. They saved the archipelago, the Alliance leaders, all of us. But where's Free now? Why didn't they return with you? You said they took the place of the spirit. What does that mean? Oh, poor Free. Their sacrifice saved us all. I'll remember them fondly for that. And you're sure Lord Bacaro is defeated? Without their leader, his Ascendant Order should fade away. But what happened to the Druid King's regalia, dear? It's just as well. As long as the Druids remain divided, they aren't ready for a new king. And I'm not sure how Emmerich and the others would react to another royal in their midst. Well, talk to our friends, dear. Then we should return to Vastir.
Oh, what a season this has been, my friend. The Ascendant Order, rogue druids, a false druid king, and an ancient nature spirit. All because of a prophecy most of my people barely remember. I'm just glad you were here to help set things right.
That's a whale of a story, mercenary. But I think I prefer having you with me than against me. So, at least for now, you have the respect of the Gilded Blades and their captain. The Gilded Blades handled themselves well, as always. And when Lady Arabelle sounded the warning, we headed to the nearest ship and set sail. For me, that happened to be this one. And your spirit friend decided to stay behind? Is that true? That's intense. Can't say I'd have done the same, but I can respect someone willing to give up their life to save others. It isn't particularly the Sea Elf way, but still. I think I'll drink to free whenever I sail past the mountain.
I wish I could have been there with you when you took down Baccaro. I really wanted to rip into him and see what a traitor tastes like. Maybe next time, yes.
Sachi could get used to this hero business. If only it paid better. Oh well. When you're done talking to everybody, let Zaji know and we'll sail back to Vastir.
I'm sorry we couldn't figure another way to get out of this. Free shouldn't have had to sacrifice themselves to save the rest of us. I'm just glad you stopped Baccaro. Now maybe we can finally start to rebuild Galen. All this death and destruction because Baccaro wanted to dig up some ancient Breton legacy. If I learned anything from my time with the Druids, it's that they don't need a king or a prophecy to make the world a better place. They just need to do it. Don't be silly, of course I do. But that legacy isn't crowns and gauntlets. It's people, born of humans and elves to become something altogether new. It's magic, druids, and knightly orders. That's the Breton legacy I believe in. It's the best of us.
I'm glad you were with Free inside the mountain, my friend. I'll never forget what they did to save us all. Free isn't gone, friend. They've just become something more. As a tree grows from seed to sapling to massive oak, so too has Free transformed. They're still with us, asleep in Mount Firesong, keeping us safe from the power of the volcano. Whenever you want to see Free, just look toward Mount Firesong. They're a part of it now. The spirit of the mountain. I need to tell the Druids what happened here. Let them learn the last lesson the Sower had to teach us. Sacrifice.
What do you want?
Did you hear? I knew it. This was all the fault of those damn Druids. Well, some Druids.
I thought our troubles were over after all the death and destruction, but something worse is coming, Feda.
I feel it too.
Over here, my dear. Count Stefan and I have something for you. You're really making a habit out of saving the archipelago, and of aiding me. Thanks to you, we revealed Lord Baccaro as a traitor, saved the islands from an erupting volcano, and ended the threat of the false Druid King. Well done, my dear. Don't worry about them. Without a leader, they'll quickly fade away. Now we just need to proceed with the peace talks. We're back on track and the archipelago is safe thanks to you. Now take this. Count Stefan and I wanted you to have it. We did well, dear, but the work isn't finished yet. I could use a hand if you're still so inclined. While I return to High Isle and make final preparations for the peace talks to commence, I'd like you to help Druid Laurel with one more thing. When you're finished, meet me at Mandrake Manor. I'll let her give you the details. I will say this, though. You've certainly made an impression on the Stone Lord Druids, dear. Druid Laurel will tell you what she needs. Just don't dawdle. Finish things here, then meet me on High Isle. We've had the Alliance leaders waiting quite long enough, and I have to make some arrangements with the Society of the Steadfast. Despite Lord Bacaro's betrayal, the Society has done good work here in the Sisters and back in Tamriel. I'd hate to lose that, but you're quite correct. I need to determine if the Society is trustworthy. I'll start by meeting with Captain Marguerite. The Society attracted many good people who have done a lot of good work. I won't see that die with Bacaro. I want the organization to continue if at all possible.
Galen and the entire archipelago owe you a debt, my friend. You have my thanks.
The Druids will never forget what you and Free did to save us.
You're a strange one, mercenary. You help a sea elf enact revenge with one hand and smite an evil druid king with the other. Not to mention saving the islands from the volcano. I'm not sure what they feed you here on dry land, but I want some.
You did so much for the islands, for the druids. I'll never forget how you saved us all. Thank you, my friend.
All right. Get ready. I don't do this very often, so pay attention. You did good, Five Claw. I am proud to have fought by your side, and I'm even prouder to call you my friend. That's it, enough! If I get any more sentimental, I may start crying.
Zaji is proud to have played a part in defeating the Ascendant Lord and saving the Sisters. Oh, not as large a part as you, Five Claw, but Zaji had a significant role just the same.
What amazing things you accomplished, friend. You saved the leaders of the Alliances, stopped the Ascendant Order, defeated the Firesong, killed Lord Bacaro, and calmed the volcano. What will you do next, I wonder?
Lady Arabelle said she could spare you, and I appreciate the help. Before Free was taken by Lord Bacaro, they gave me something. Told me what to do with it if they didn't return. I thought Free was just being cautious, but I think they knew. That they weren't coming back. Free gave me a pouch of soil. They said it was special. That they prepared it as part of their purpose. You remember how Free would go on and on about that. Anyway, they asked me to do something after they were gone. They asked me to go to the overlook north of Glimmertarn, to sprinkle the soil from the pouch there. I made a promise, and I'd like you to fulfill it with me. I think Free would want you to be a part of this. Will you help me, friend? Here, take the pouch of soil. There's a beautiful tree by the overlook, tall and majestic. I think that's the perfect place to honor Free's wishes. I'll meet you there. Free said they spent a long time preparing it. That it was a part of them, a part of Galen, a part of the Druids. I don't know if they meant that literally or figuratively. It wasn't always easy to understand Free and the ways of a nature spirit. Free enjoyed sitting under it. I think they felt a connection to it, but I'm not really sure. The ways of nature spirits are very different from the things we know. They said to sprinkle the soil, and I think that's the perfect place to do it.
There's the hero who freed the researchers from the Library of Dusk. Well done, friend.
Good work today.
The spirit of Mount Firesong has quieted and the volcano has been destroyed. I assume we have you to thank for that? Now that peace is restored, I've asked Fada to come away with me. I hope she agrees. I think the life of a druid will suit her.
After all this, I think I'm going to take Galpin up on his offer and find a quiet spot out in the wilderness to settle down. What do you think? Can a former knight and a druid find a place to be happy? Couldn't hurt to try.
The skies glow red.
As much as I love this archipelago, too much violence and heartache has occurred for me to truly feel safe here again. I suppose it's time to pack up and return to my family estate in Camlorn. Nothing terrible ever happens there.
I don't know about you, but this whole affair has shaken my confidence in island living. I have half a mind to return to the mainland. I hear the Telvanni Peninsula is pleasant this time of year.